Hey, for Kelly Moonstone?
Yes.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. Okay, so I have you going to, okay. So, Kelly Moonstone.
Yes, that's me.
What's that? Is Moonstone your last name, actually? Or
No, that's my artist name.
Oh, because I seen the name, and I'm like, that is so good. Like,
you.
imagine how cool of a name that is. You know, like some of us are blessed with professional, best looking names,
Right.
and you can only get so lucky.
Right.
Okay, so what is your art?
So I am a musician. I
Oh.
am a singer, songwriter, rapper.
Oh, you do it all.
Sometimes producer. Yeah.
Do it all.
I wear a couple hats. So.
Is that by design, or is it just, you know what, I'm gonna do what I need?
Yeah, I kind of just decided to just explore different facets of music because I used to just be a singer.
Got you.
And then I was like, you know what? If I really wanted to, I could rap.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? If I really wanted to, I can make a beat. So I just kept doing it, and it turns out I'm actually pretty good. So.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yep.
If you don't mind me asking, you sound like a Gemini.
I am a Gemini.
That is what a Gemini would do.
I'm very much a Gemini.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it myself.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is very much Gemini. Okay, so artist.
Mm-hmm.
With you being an artist, have you been fortunate enough to experience the full totality of your art? Like taking it to like more than amateur levels.
Yes.
Okay.
Quite recently, really. I went on my first ever tour.
That's amazing! Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you.
That is amazing.
So I did that, and also I got featured in some publications.
Oh my God! Oh, you got the real deal experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your minute of fame.
Yes.
Because you didn't get the full experience.
Not yet. We're
Okay.
about a minute in.
You're a minute in. That is beautiful. So, what was that feeling like when the first thing came in and you seen it? Was it like, wow? You know?
Yeah, it was pretty mind blowing. I think the first thing that happened, I think I got featured in the Fader.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's big.
It was like a column that this guy did, and it was just like, wow. I didn't even try to, I wasn't like I was pushing it toward people to like write about me.
Yeah.
And it just happened like organically, and I was like, oh my God,
That's the
there
best
are
way.
people that really, fuck with my sound. And the more I put out, the more people talked about me, and then I got featured on my friend's album. His name is Sage Elsesser, but he goes by Navy Blue.
Okay.
And that was his first, that was my first
feature?
Yes, my first feature on a major label, because he put out an album through Def Jam.
Oh, dope.
Yes.
That's huge.
So
that is huge.
When that happened, it was like, ooh,
I'm going.
This? Everybody was like asking. My name was in Rolling Stone, because he did
wow.
with Rolling Stone, and it was just so crazy to see my name in there.
That's you can finish right now. You can end the game right now and say, Mama, I did it.
Right.
I did it. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so Fader, Rolling Stone. Do you have any specific publication where you just like, I need to see my name, I need to see my picture, I need to be here?
Well, I definitely want a Rolling Stone cover.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I want to be on the covers of all the stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I have no specific publication that I'm really like, I want to be on that specifically, because I want to be on all of them.
Got you. Yeah. Like don't overlook me.
Right.
Don't overlook me.
It's nice to get a mention here and there, but I definitely want to be like a featured something.
Right. You want to be the main face of it.
Yes. Exactly.
Got you.
Cover story.
No, I love that. I love that. Okay, so you went on tour.
Yes.
Were you fortunate enough to okay, so how explain touring to me, like headline.
So I was a supporting act on Navy Blue's tour.
Okay.
It spanned about a month. It was a relatively small tour. We had 9 days, but it was international.
Great.
So we went to Europe.
Yeah.
That was my first time going to Europe.
Was that your first time out of the U.S.?
No, I've been to Jamaica because that's
Okay.
where my family's from.
Gotcha.
But that's the only other country I've been to my
Gotcha.
whole life. So,
Whoa, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of huge to just go from little old Jamaica,
Right.
look at what we tell Jamaica to
Europe.
To Europe.
Multiple countries in a week.
Wow.
So we did. We went to London. So we did England, and then we did Amsterdam, and then Germany.
Wow. Please. What's the experiences in these little pockets?
So it was very interesting. The only thing I wish I got to stay in each country a little bit longer, because I feel like when you're on tour, you're moving around a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of deadlines, a lot of flights.
Yeah.
Things that you have to be on time for, so you don't really get to spend too much time.
Got you.
But I did notice. I feel like London is very similar to New York in a lot of ways.
I hear that.
It definitely gave like a city vibe. Like,
okay.
Like if some parts of it felt like Manhattan,
really?
Other parts of it felt like Long Island.
Okay.
Like there's a good blend.
Yeah, honestly, I don't feel like architecture wise, they've tried. Like, obviously, there's a lot of history in Europe.
Yeah.
So I would expect certain features to still be there, but I don't feel like they've tried other than that.
Yeah, no, but where is architecturally beautiful in my opinion? Amsterdam.
Really?
Amsterdam has some very, very, very interesting architecture. It looks completely different from like New York. Well, I haven't been all over the U.S., but definitely very, very different from New York.
Gotcha.
So it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I wish like the roads are a lot smaller. It's a walkable city.
Oh,
not all parts of it, but like
okay.
the epicenter of it is very walkable.
Gotcha.
Their public transportation is very suited to like just people that don't have cars, people that bike. It's a very bike centric city as well.
Got it.
So like you'll be walking through and it'll just be bikers.
I heard that about Tokyo. I heard that about Tokyo.
Okay.
It's very bikeable.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. But actually, we called an Uber at one point, and the Uber was like struggling to get through the streets.
That's
because,
crazy.
Like, it's so narrow, and like a lot of cobblestone, so it's kind of bumpy. But like, yeah, it's just it's a beautiful city. I really enjoyed being there. I was in Amsterdam the longest.
Gotcha.
Because we actually were supposed to fly out like a day. I forgot what day we were supposed to fly out, but we got to the airport and the flight date was wrong.
Oh, damn.
So we got there a day early and we couldn't check in, obviously, because we were too early. So we had to go back. So we ended up staying an extra day.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining. So we got to walk around. We got to do a bunch of stuff. I tried a bunch of different foods.
Lovely.
They had like a live puppet show that kind of
dope.
walks it's like on wheels, so it travels around the city and it just plays music. It was just a bunch of cute little things out there, and yeah, I just tried a bunch of different stuff. I wish I got to do shrooms.
I was gonna ask you something similar to that. Like if you were able to experience the whole red light district.
Oh, I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't
I don't know what my bandmates did.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure where they went because we were together a lot, but also like everybody kind of went off and did their own thing at certain points. So I'm not sure what they did.
Gotcha.
But I did hear about the red light district in Amsterdam.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There's like a really expensive like brothel somewhere downtown in that area, but I never actually got to see it. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's the thing that is like highlighted to us about Amsterdam, other than obviously the recreational drugs, but the red light district, Yeah, no, that's good.
I heard about it from my other friends that have toured.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's that business like? Because I imagine that you have to have an understanding of how you can get yourself out more in those spaces, because here there's a lot of local and familiar places you can go to perform, and you'll run into probably your occasional fan. Now out there, obviously, because it's so vast and it's so out of there.
Right.
You can only be discovered or felt if you actually go there. So what's that like?
So for one thing, I will say,
or what do you know it to be?
It's definitely not as hard as it used to be now because we have the power of the internet,
right.
social media and stuff. So there's a lot of people from different countries.
You just spoke to me like I was some old man. Like, the internet, grandpa.
I'm just saying, like,
no.
It brings everybody so close together.
No, listen, I'm asking the question, but I also forgot the internet. The internet.
But yeah, so like even when you like go on your Spotify and look at your metrics and stuff and see who's really listening to music, you'll really be surprised. Like it's people in like South Africa, India, China, Japan. Like there's a bunch of people all over the world that just want to hear new music.
That's lovely.
And Sage, he is actually he has what I would think of as like a cult following because there's a lot of people that have just been listening to his music for years.
That's cool.
And are huge fans of him in different pockets of the world.
That's
like
lovely.
In London, he has a huge fan base in London.
Yeah.
Like the show in London was crazy. It was like hundreds of people that came out to see him.
That's fire.
But like in those spaces, I feel like because there's so many like you do have to have a certain number of people to be able to like book a venue.
Yeah, to say this is gonna be a show.
Yeah, because you got to be able to like bring in a crowd and attract people and earn ticket sales and things like that.
What do you have a number for that? Do you know that number?
Like the average number of people for a concert?
Just like even if it's like a intimate space, how many people do you think would have to book for the show to say, for the promoter or whomever to say it's okay to be done?
I think it varies. Like it depends on the venue.
Okay.
So like some of the venues we went to were a bit smaller.
Okay.
So those can hold up to like 200-300 people.
Okay.
And the one in London was huge. I think it was like a 700 cap venue, which is great for like an artist of his level to be able to like just sell that out.
Yeah, that's
so that was amazing. But yeah, you definitely have to be able to bring in like at least 100.
Really?
In my opinion, because if you do like a small to moderate venue, 100 people is a lot of people.
That's a lot.
Like people get like say you only have 100 followers on social media, you're like down about it. But if you're in a room with 100 people, you would be very overwhelmed.
See, and that's what we fail to understand, because social media has made it to where we think 10 people. Yeah. Bro, there's 10 people like you. You know how many people that is?
Right. Like we would do, after the shows, we would do, like my manager is very adamant about me being present at the let out. So like after the show, go say hi to all the fans and stuff. And like people would be like lined up to talk to me, to talk to Sage, to talk to Zero, and everybody would I would just be like, oh my God, all of you want to talk to me?
That is I'm sure it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it can
I'm
be.
sure it's
but
overwhelming.
it was always a pleasure. It was always great. Everybody was always so nice, and they had nothing but nice things to say. So
no, I know that aspect of it, but it's just the matter of how many people at one time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's just like, especially if you come from like a small place, or if you're an artist who only records where they record.
Right.
You've never seen 20 people to say, I love your music.
Right.
Like your music does this to me.
For sure.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, it definitely was a surreal experience.
Yeah.
There were some people that even like in London, there were some people that were coming up to me and was like, hey, were you like, did you go by another name at one point? Like, were you the African?
Wow.
Like, oh wow, you know the deep cuts. Like,
that is dope.
And I was like, oh wow, they really know who I am out here. Like, holy shit.
That's dope.
And like, even back when I went.
So wait, so what are you doing here? No, I'm kidding.
That's the crazy thing about tour though, because when it's over, you come back to your regular life and you're like, what am I doing?
Right. Because it's like my true fans are there.
Right. Yeah. Like, when's the next one?
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. Okay. So, have you considered doing your own type of tour?
Yes, but I
Like finding your pocket and stuff like
yeah, it's very expensive. Number
Is it?
one.
Okay.
So, and depending on the like, if you're gonna have openers,
Yeah.
bands,
Yeah.
like that's all things you have to consider because everybody gotta get paid.
Yeah.
And everybody has to get to the location,
Right.
and then you gotta rent a car, you gotta get flights, you gotta do that. That's another thing I realized on tour. Like this shit is not cheap. A lot of artists actually go on tour and end up losing money.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's out of their pocket, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
unless you have like a backing from a label, or even when you have backing from a label, sometimes they give you a budget, and if you go over it, then you're kind of on your own.
You're on your own. Wow.
Yeah, so it's something I definitely want to do in the future, but I think I want to keep being tour support.
Gotcha.
For like bigger artists, keep traveling, going to cities. Excuse me, get my name out there, get more fans, and then eventually
piggyback off of that. Yeah.
I get my own tour.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to take my time. I'm not in any rush, I'm enjoying the journey.
Good. Because a lot of people, especially as artists, you want to put your stuff out and immediately expand. And as we understand now, present day, with the internet being so fast, that might be the worst thing to happen to you.
Yeah, because people absorb music and content in general. I hate the word content, but it's true. People absorb content so quickly. Yeah. Like you're all over one day, and then the next day they completely forget about you. Yeah. So like I want my success to be completely organic. I want people to grow with me, and just like be a witness to my journey and watch me evolve and get to where I want to be. And when I do get there, it's like completely authentic. Yeah. Not saying people that blow up overnight don't deserve to be there, because there's a lot of overnight talents that are actually really amazing, super talented people. And overnight is a word that is used very loosely, because you never know what those people were doing before they had their super hit success. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do want to get to a place where it's like, I deserve to be here. I put the work in.
Yeah, speak it.
I'm a seasoned professional.
Speak it.
So.
Yeah, but I think we also don't value the time it takes to actually become so seasoned. Yeah. Because again, we get into it, and you say, I've done enough work. I'm ready. And until God says you're ready, just relax. Right. Just relax. I got a couple more trial runs for you, and then we go see if you're really ready. People
aren't so open to doing those 10,000 hours anymore. But
no,
let me tell you, you have to do it.
Have to.
I went to this festival recently called Young World. It's ran by a friend of mine. His name is Mike. He's a rapper.
Gotcha.
And it was like in collaboration with City Parks.
Okay.
And one of the people that were performing there is somebody who I love very much. Her name is Georgia Ann Muldrow. Okay. And she got on that stage, and you could just tell this woman has been performing for a majority of her life. Like she came on with these huge platform heels. Yeah. She had on like this super frilly pink outfit, and she was really like working the crowd, like she was getting down and dancing and stuff, and her vocal ability is so insane. And I'm just like, I had the opportunity to be like on the stage, like in the back, just watching her perform from like behind her, and I'm like, wow. This woman must have been doing this for decades. Like, this is a seasoned professional. I'm out of breath just watching her. Like,
that's crazy.
And that's something that you can't learn overnight.
No, you can't.
You have to put in your hours. You have to put in the time.
See, even with the whole controlling the crowd, I've gone to a couple of concerts, and not everyone can control a crowd. Yeah. And I feel like that kind of makes or breaks you as an artist.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you're there and they're not in it the way you want them to be, I guess you kind of feel discouraged, no?
It's definitely a huge demotivator to like be on stage and be giving it your all and people aren't paying attention. But also, sometimes people aren't really giving it their all. Yeah. Sometimes people get on stage and just feel like everybody's just supposed to be paying attention to you. Which, honestly, if you're looking at it from a respect aspect, if you're at a show, you should be focusing on the person that's on stage.
Sure.
But if you don't grab their attention, if you can't keep them interested, then you can't blame them.
I don't think we are as motivated to move the way that you think we're gonna move.
Right.
Like if I'm enjoying this and I'm giving you attention, and you want me to put my hands in the air, I don't want to do that.
Right.
That's not the type of person I am. So why would I do that?
Right.
So now it's like, why you want me to move like a sheep? Like, you know?
I can understand that aspect. Sometimes people are really doing it just to make sure, like, to test if the crowd is engaged.
Yeah.
You know? And the more they're willing to do it is even better sign, because it's like, okay, they want to. Because, like, I personally am not a person that be like, put your hands in the air, blah, blah, blah. Like, the most I'll probably do, like, if there's a song, because on tour I had a song that requires some crowd participation, so I asked them if they want to, you know, sing with me and perform with me.
Yeah, ask. Get my consent.
Things, like, I'll probably ask them to do, like, a snap.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going to be like, put your fucking hands up. Like, I don't even make music that requires that, so.
See? Ask my consent first. Like, hey, no, I don't do that. That's not really who I am.
Right.
That's not how I enjoy music.
I don't really care to do that when I go to shows either. I mean, if I'm really involved and I'm having a great time, then yeah, you know.
No, like, right.
But, like, I'm not going to be like, whoa.
Like, right now, I'm thinking about, because I go to a lot of, like, intimate venues for, like, big acts.
Yeah.
I go there because I feel like that's where you're gonna get the best experience of that artist.
Right.
Is those
smaller venues?
Yeah, the 400, you know, whatever size they are. Because I feel like there, I can stand in front and I'm looking right at you.
Right.
I don't have to be up top. You know. So that's how I prefer to experience my concerts. So I have like a couple of people in my mind right now who, when I go to their show, they'll look me right in my face and be like, "Yeah, put your hand," and I'm just like, you know, I'll give them a little lazy hand raise because it's just like, bro, that's not me.
Right.
That's not how I enjoy music.
Yeah, no, I feel that because like when I was touring, like I would be, especially when you're not like the headliner. Yeah. You get on stage. And you want
to boost your.
Yeah. But you're like performing, and like there will be people lined up in the front, and they'll be giving you virtually no reaction. And you're just like, do these people hate me? But then when you get on stage, when the show is over, you're doing the let out, they're coming up to you like, yo, you were amazing. Like,
you have to account.
I couldn't really tell, but thank you.
You have to account for people are very socially awkward.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm not hot. This is who I am. So, you know, you gotta let me warm up to you.
Yeah. Right.
Probably by, you know, your last song, I'll probably, you know, be already.
Right.
You know, but, you know, take it easy on me. I like you. I'm here. I like you.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't come here to boo you. No, I didn't spend my money to boo you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but that's a different perspective. So, you know, allow me to give you that perspective.
Yeah, people absorb music differently. You know, not everybody's going to be the same or act the same. Like, you'll just, you know, if they really like you and they want to say something to you after the show, then they will. And or even if not, like, even if they don't speak to you, like, if they go out after the show and they save your music or they follow you on social media, like, you know that they left and they had a keen interest in you, you know? But I always make sure, like, when I was going to the let out, I was like giving, because I didn't do merch because we didn't really have anybody to like man the merch table. Right. But I did have stickers. So like I would like at the end of the show, you know, oh, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Thanks so much for coming. It means the world to me. And I give them a sticker, so they have something to, you know, with my name on it that they can leave with and be like, oh,
that's your business card.
Remember? Yeah, exactly.
No, that's good. So what's your music about?
So my music is very R&B, neo soul centric. I make a lot of songs about love, ideas of love.
We love love.
Yeah, love is nice sometimes.
Yeah. You know, love can be lovely.
Yeah, you know. And then just about like myself. It's very introspective. Okay. Just life in general. Gotcha. I try to make music that is authentic and true to myself. and hopefully people can relate to that experience.
Right.
So that's really, but yeah, neo soul, R&B, slightly experimental.
Okay, cool. So if someone wants to get into your music, what is the song that you suggest they listen to first to say, this is who I am? Like based on, or is it, based on your sound, or is it something that has changed over time? I know that's kind of loaded.
Well,
so what's a song that people can listen to that kind of encompasses who you are?
Okay. Well, I recently put out a project. It's called I Digress.
Yeah.
And I think the song that kind of encompasses who I am the most would probably be either the title track, Digress, or To the Moon.
Gotcha.
So those two tracks are like probably the most authentic, raw versions of myself.
Dope. Okay.
And they're just like, they're songs about where I am or where I was at in my life at a certain point in time. And it's just all about like, my hopes for the future, trying to be positive, moving forward, or even when I'm not feeling so great, just being honest about that.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like right now, the sound that we want to hear as human beings is honest, authentic stuff.
Yeah.
It's like we've been lied to. We've been lied to enough.
Yeah, I can't talk about money that I don't have.
Yeah.
I can't talk about cars that I don't drive. I don't even have a license.